And you know what else it's time to stop doing, dude? It's this America's Got Talent. America's Got Talent is here, and every year I have to talk about it. Every year I have to bring it up. Every year I have to say something about how downhill and how predictable America's Got Talent has become. And the first thing that we need to discuss this year is, hey, why is no one American?
What are we doing?
Every other person that we saw walk across that stage in these first couple of episodes of America's Got Talent season 20 comes on, and the first 3 words out of their mouth are, I came all this way from Brazil. I came all this way from Japan. I came all this way from some other country that's not America.
What are we doing?
You've got some old Japanese guy who can't even speak English. He needs a translator.
What are we doing?
Hey, rule number 1 of America's Got Talent should and foremost always should be, you gotta be from America, and 2, you gotta speak the language at minimum.
What are we doing?
At minimum. Spanglish just a little bit. I'm not trying to be racist. It's not racist when every other country has their own Got Talent. Hey, guess what? There's a Japan's Got Talent. There's a Brazil's Got Talent. There's a Mexico's there is a Got Talent in every single goddamn country on the planet.
What are we doing?
And so when they come to here and you're like, hey, I'm from Brazil. What about the guy from Utah who didn't get a spot because of the, you know what I mean? It's kind of, we got to figure out if it's just a talent show. If it's just a talent show, then let anybody on. But if we're calling the show America's Got Talent, I'm just saying, hey, I don't care. If you're Mexican and you are but you live in Pennsylvania, go on America's Got Talent. If you're Asian and you live in Maryland, go on America's Got Talent. I'm not saying you can be that thereof other nationalities. I'm just saying if you traveled from said country to get to America, you shouldn't be allowed on America's Got Talent.
What are we doing?
You know what I mean? Like it's kind of is a thing, right? Is it just me? It's probably just me, and I'm probably going to get the comments, but it's like, all I'm saying is it's kind of weird when every other act comes on the stage. Am I right? Yes or yes? Am I right or right? Is it when every other act comes on stage and was like, I just got off a 36-hour flight from Britain to be here in front of you, Simon. I know we've got Britain's Got Talent, but I'm here now because it's America's Got Talent. Am I right?
What are we doing?
They need to change that. And then secondly, you know what I mean? I'm basically, look, they're calling me O's Pearlman out here the way I'm predicting shit, okay? We talked about O's Pearlman last week with Rogan and his whole height, and O's Pearlman's everywhere. He's on Howard Stern. He's on Flagrant 2. He's on this. He's doing that. He's predicting this. He's getting the pin codes of this guy and the name of the crush of this guy. And it's all just the same psychological. He asks you how many letters it's in it. He gets the first and last letter. And so based on the number of letters that is in the name that you're thinking of and the 2 that he already gave you, statistically, there's only like 4 possible guesses of the name it could be.
What are we doing?
Which take the odds from 1 in a billion to like 1 in like 4. So 25% right every time he usually gets it right. It's that obvious of a thing. So like the mind reader of O's Pearlman, I'm out here with predictions left and right, okay? As soon as this show started, I had an inkling, I had a feeling, a tickle in my tummy that this was going to be the most predictable episode. I'm just talking season 1, episode 1. As soon as these acts started coming out, I knew. The opening act got all no's, dude, and he was the only one with talent. He's Eric. He's a drinker, and he drinks crazy shit. He drank a thing of pickle juice. He drank a thing of hot sauce. He drank a thing of like chicken juice, and he drank something else that was nasty. He gave each of the judges a flight of shots with each of the juices in it so they could play along. And boom, he got 4 no's across the board. Why? Who knows, dude? But it's 4 no's for Mr. Eric. He could have taken that shit to the next level each and every time, but the judges didn't give them the time of day.
What are we doing?
And then so next is like the second or third act, right? And I knew as soon as I saw their name, Lightwire. I said, hey, Megs, it's time for my second prediction of the night. I predicted 2 things with Lightwire. 1, the judges would be blown away by this no matter what happens or what it looks like. They'll be blown away, and this will be something that they've never seen before. This is all new. This is what America's Got Talent is about, Howie Mandel would say.
What are we doing?
And so they're going to claim that this is all new technology and something they've never seen before. And then my second prediction, a golden buzzer from one of the judges. And wouldn't you know it, we sat back and we watched as there was a projection of what looked like the worst AI-generated jungle and cheetah and lion run across the stage. The screenshot that I have on the screen for you right now is not because it's poor quality. That is actually what it looked like. And the judges gave these people nothing but praise, applause, and fed right into my 100% correct prediction of the fact that they claim that this is all new. We've never seen this before on Simon Cowell. I can't play any of it for you here because they'll strike me down in a heartbeat. But Simon Cowell said, and I quote, across all of the Got Talents, Britain, China, South Africa, America, Canada, United States, America, across all the Got Talents, he said, this was his favorite, best, top-of-the-line performance. He's never seen anything like it before. When in then reality, I go to YouTube and I find 10 different projection dance routines that we have seen on America's Got Talent, let alone Britain and other countries for the last 10 years with the same fucking premise.
What are we doing?
It's a projection on the screen. It's dancers that come in and out of the projection. Their suits light up, and when it's time for them to leave, their lights turn off, so it looks like they're disappearing into the act. It's the same projection dance performance we have seen over and over and over again. And what's even crazier about this time, this 2025 version, is it looks like shit.
What are we doing?
It doesn't look good at all. It did not look realistic. It didn't look organized. It looked completely terrible. And the judges ate it up, so much so that Simon Cowell stands up and hits the golden buzzer, changing their lives forever. As if it was, I don't know, maybe planned, pre-discussed, or a studio executive decision, because there's no way in hell that they have seen this 1,000 times. We have seen this 1,000 different times, and yet we are treating it like it is something brand new, taking away the acts that might have actual potential, pure and raw human abilities, because we've got yet another person who is a great video editor and projects something on the screen and then has timed, lit up costume outfits for their dancers, and then it's a mediocre dance routine, and we don't get to see that it's just a standard mediocre dance routine because we're all distracted by the illusion that thereof of whatever they are projecting on the screen. And 9 times out of 10, it's just a shitty looking cheetah with some terrible looking trees in the background, dude.
What are we doing?
And so when it happened, I stood there with my mouth open because I could not believe that I had just successfully predicted the future. Like, I'm O's Pearlman out here. Get me on the Joe Rogan Experience. You know what I mean?
What are we doing?
And then for my final act, we get to the final audition of the night. By the way, these America's Got Talent episodes, they're doing like 3 or 4 acts. We've only got 3 or 4 acts in like each episode now. And it's like blatantly, obviously just commercial. And it is so far beyond what it was that of even 5, let alone 10 years ago. This franchise has lost the steam. We get to the final act. And I said, hey, Megs, here comes my final prediction. And we see this woman walk out on stage. We don't know what she's about to do. I see her. I make my prediction. I say, hey, I don't know what she's going to do. She's probably going to dance. And it's going to be so corny that most of the judges are going to laugh a little bit. They're going to push her through, and that'll be the end of the episode. And by God, what happened? We get the music, we get the knives, and we get the 2 best friends that are backing her up today. And we get none other than the final accurate prediction from me, Levi McCurdy. You know what I mean?
What are we doing?
And it is one of the greatest feelings because I can just look at these people and fully understand what is going to come next because the format of this show has become so predictable, so cut and copy and paste, so much so that we are just doing the same thing over and over and over again with what type of auditions we let in, what type of auditions we put through. And as long as you're mediocre and as long as you're okay, you'll get that golden buzzer.
What are we doing?
You know, it's at this point, it's just, there are so many red flags with this show. And I cannot tell you how much I love tuning in every week just to see the mess that it has become. So much so that people with actual talent are just getting 4 yeses when they should be getting golden buzzers, and that they're of the exact opposite happening, that the people who are getting the golden buzzer, sometimes they're golden buzzer worthy, but most of the time it's kind of not really all that in a bag of chips for those contestants.
What are we doing?